families have histories. Sometimes they're written down and preserved, and sometimes information and stories are lost when people pass away. A Sioux Falls writer who taught at South Dakota State University has worked to preserve those stories in a family memoir. In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Dan Santella finds out how his family's story reflects many in the Midwest.
Jim Smarata wrote Between the Lines, but he notes that its composition wasn't a solo effort.
I did. Well, that's partially true. My uncles, my aunts wrote a part of the text because they circulated letters during World War II. I used that. My mom and dad took Kodachrome slides during the period of the narrative, 1940, 1945.
It focuses on a community just west of Fargo in eastern North Dakota.
It's a portrait limited in space and time to Fingal, North Dakota, 1940, 1945, World War II. And it's a narrative of Austrian immigrant parents who send two of their sons back to Europe to fight the Nazis. So, in a sense, the tension of the whole set of stories is I lost my kids. They're gone. What's going to happen to them?
His parents, Gus and Liz Smarata, are part of the memoir.
And my feed on that was, they're my uncles. So I'm concerned. Two of them go ashore at Normandy, day 3. Both of them come home without bullet wounds.
Is it kind of a love letter?
It is a love letter, yeah. It's a love letter, but it has an edge to it. I'm not going around kissing everybody and saying you're just perfect.
Phil Seastra of Sioux Falls, who has read Between the Lines, describes himself as a good friend of Smarata.
It was a really nice way to honor his parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts. All those people helped raise him. He did a nice job of remembering them. Something not all of us get a chance to do.
Smarata uses an example featuring his grandmother to show how he can share something he didn't witness.
And she's looking at the shelves to see how much sauerkraut she will have to get her through till June, checking the beets, checking the beans. In other words, doing an inventory during a time when you can't go to the store because there isn't that. I didn't see her do that, all right? But in order for me to tell a reader that this is how she fed the family, I set up a scene that's very likely true, but I didn't see it.
The 78-year-old Smarata wrote this because he has the ability.
Probably because I could. You know, it starts there. I mean, I had had enough practice doing this for a lifetime. As an editor, editorializing, as a reporter, reporting, writing a master's thesis.
This memoir is his family's, but it's also his own.
This is the genesis story. How did I get this way? How did I get interested in making things? How did I get interested in tools and wood? And how did I get interested in culture that was different than I was growing up with?
Between the Lines isn't unique to him and his family, though.
This is a common story. I mean, I'm not picking up and saying this is unique and Herculean and wonderful. No, everyone that is about my age has a version of this story.
The immigrants of small Midwestern communities have helped shape the past, present, and future.
There are stories in probably a lot of the viewers right now that they have a parallel.
History can slip away if it isn't documented.
My concern is that a lot of people with great stories are going to die. Because when you're 77, 78, 79, 80, you don't have a lot of time to mess around. And so if there is that one good story in you, which I believe is true of everybody, you better get at it. And that urgency drove writing the book.
He has advice for someone near his age.
If you're 80 years old, start talking on paper. That's what writing is anyhow, start talking. Not a time to be shy, not a time to say, geez, I don't remember that. Work at it, because there's nothing left when you go, because there's not going to be a story left. You're going to take it with you.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Dan Santella.